Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and beautiful people, near and far, here and there, this and that, and the other, welcome. It is I, Sean, day 9, even. And the color of black of this shirt is identical to the color of black of this image behind me here, which means I really look like I'm wearing like a strong shade of green. I look like a disembodied head. I'm not. This is a Storm Gaming shirt, for any of you who don't know Storm Gaming. My friend owns the team. so there you go, Damon. Shameless plug, but of course, true, getting into Code S. Oh, so sweet, so sweet. For any of you StarCraft watchers still out there. Alright. Let's make some Cthulhu. Let's make some Cthulhu. Alright, let's make some Cthulhu. A Cthulhu Rouge. Well, I'm going to be putting that in anyway, so I may as well add them right now. Oh, let's get Cthulhu in here. Okay, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. I want to make a Cthulhu Rouge. Cthulhu Rouge. And let me tell you a little bit about why I want to do the Cthulhu Rouge. Because, no, don't finish that. I have been playing a control Cthulhu Warrior, and it's just awesome. It's just awesome. It's so fun. Like, I want to explain this deck first because I think it's an example of how I learn shit. So first of all, this warrior deck that we're not running today, I want you to note how few big scary finishers there are. Like, in a lot of control decks, there's like, you know, a Ragnaros and a Sylvanas and Grommash, you got Alexstrasza in there, sometimes you run a Ysera, you have all these like big high-end Megaduder threats. In this one we have Cthulhu, and in terms of the really scary threats, I mean, yeah, there's Sylvanas there, but I mean, look above Brawl here. We have Emperor Thorson and Justicar Trueheart that are sort of tech cards, Gorehowl helping kill things, Ancient Shieldbearer that's a very defensive card, Twin Emperor Veclor, which you're just going to put in, there's no reason you're not going to put in Twin Emperor Veclor if you're running a Cthulhu deck, but one of the big goals of this deck is to run a Bronzebeard, which can then kick a Doomcaller into action, putting 2 more Cthulhus in your deck. So, in other words, the Cthulhu, the Doomcaller, and the Bran allow you 3 Cthulhus in the control matchups. And this means that all the rest of the deck can be about staying alive and getting there. So what it makes me do is it makes me go, huh, that's really interesting. Can I sort of use this control deck that's Cthulhu on the warrior side to make a Cthulhu deck that works for rogue? Interesting. This is kind of how I do stuff. Like, I did this in StarCraft for a long time. I would look at a build that was working in like Protoss vs Terran and think, what lesson can I take to the Zerg vs Terran matchup and try to figure that out. Or in Magic, I've done this all the time. Like, okay, here's a really aggressive red-green deck. Let me try to figure if I can translate it into a different color and sort of try to just fakishly translate and see where I wind up feeling the difference. So I think one of the first things that I have been feeling quite a lot in these sort of Cthulhu decks is you don't actually need terribly many Cthulhus. You don't need terribly many Cthulhu guys. Because what I used to do is be like, let's get 2 of these in here and 2 of these in here, and let's consider putting in just a bunch of shit. And I just don't need to. I don't need to. Am I on old gods? Why is the filter not going away? There we go. Filter's gone. So I kind of want to start with a more conservative set of Cthulhu-rinos. I definitely want a Shadow Step in there. I think we want Shadow Step in there. Just to be able to multi-thune. But let's see. Let's do some obvious ones. I definitely want Backstab. I think I'm going to want Preparation. I think. Right away, I also am working under the assumption that I'm going to want a good amount of card draw. I'm being really light on this first pass. I think it makes sense to run the Fan of Knives. SI7 Agent makes a ton of sense. These are all like super standards. I think I'm gonna want 2 Shadow Strikes, right? I'm being relatively controlling. This I'm gonna be running. I feel like I should also run the Tomb Pillager. This card just seems so good. Let's see. Here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to screw up and make a deck that does not actually, like, because it's very easy for me to be like, okay, let me put in Tomb Pillagers, and we need to put in the Gadgetins for the card draw, and blah, 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 and just start jamming pieces in here. I want to make sure that I actually have enough at the low end that's helping keep me alive. I'm just going to look around here. I feel like I feel like I got to do the Deadly Poison. I feel like I should, but I've done a lot of different rogue decks that did not run, in fact, any Deadly Poisons. So I'm just sort of glancing around here at what I can possibly work with to make sure I don't wind up just screwing myself. I think a big difference between this deck here and this other Cthulhu Warrior that I've been running is that we can just armor up so much with Shield Block. Obviously where are they? Yeah, the Ancient Shield Bearers. Did I put a Bran in yet? Yeah, I definitely am going to want to put the Bran in there. And the Dark Iron Skulker, I definitely think I want one of these, because this card is just so insane. I think Blood Mage Thalnos is never going to be bad, and it's never going to be bad, but, like, how are we actually going to heal? Because, I mean, things like Earthen Ring Farseer, I just really like a lot as a card. I think it's just an awesome card. I don't think I want to do Reno Cthulhu Rogue. Huh. Refreshment vendors are interesting. I mean, we could just go for something that works so hard to maintain control of the board that that's how we do it. It's already looking like we're, you know, halfway there. Like, okay, here's a thought. What we could do is we could actually just go heavy. We could be like, yeah, no, we're running 2 Earthen Ring Farseers. I feel like I gotta run the preparations. Single Shadow Step. If I run double Shadow Step, would that actually make any sense? I'm gonna run the 1. And see, I'm not actually running the Tomb Pillager, which I think is okay, because I don't actually have terribly much combo material. Ah, I feel smart for having not put that one in. Let's see here. We don't have the Drake in there either. I do have the Eviscerates, okay. I mean, there's things like not having a Thalnos that just feels like odd to me. Just like odd as all hell. Part of me wants to just be like, okay, well, let's just look up another list. Sir Finley. Ah. You know, there's another option, is I could just go straight Finley and not run the Deadly Poison. Let's look at this and see how this makes us feel inside. That is actually a very interesting option. Huh. So the Blade of Cthulhu is just like the most insane card in the entire world. Oh, okay, so let me think for a moment. Because what I'm thinking is, okay, well, if I'm going for this thing that's sort of, I think I might actually need some more cards up here in this range. Major Domo for consistency. DJ Redwire, you're smart, man. Let's get that one in there right away. I don't even need 2 of these. Yeah, because if we did something like this, if we did like 2 Azure Drakes and then like a sprint, what do I think about that? Oh, I do have Blood Mage Thalamus in there. Okay, awesome. Because I probably don't necessarily want the gadgets in because I don't have a ton of spells. Let's try it. Let's give it a shot. Shadowcaster 123%. What does Shadowcaster do? I don't know what that would do for us. See, I can't tell how actually deep I'm trying to dig in my deck. If I wanted to work in a Finley... I don't know. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna start from here. I just, like, instantly run at the Control Warrior. Excuse me! I mean, like, I think the big thing is that it's just very clear that I don't have a really good way to...
Watch your back.
Stay alive. In the same way. Gotta be Shadowcaster. I don't know about Shadowcaster. We're against a Shaman. This seems good. Have there been any really successful Cthulhu rogues? Oh my gosh, Ghost Stalker's messaging me. Oh my god, what up, Ghost Stalkers? Let me know about new subs. 5th hour 2 script. Hello. Alright, so this is our first test. Can we beat this thing? So I'm probably going to say the Shadow Step's totally cool to use on one of our other things. We might even be able to get away with a second Shadow Step. No, that seems...
I wonder.
Turn 2, Tunnel Trog. Every day, Tunnel Trog, Tunnel Trog. Hey. Okay. So I think I hit this guy. I think that's clear. Maybe I should... You know, I think I actually need to work in a higher end, slower thing. I think I need to put in like a Ragnaros. I think I need to put in like a Sylvanas. I'm gonna do this now.
Here we go.
Okay, it was a mistake, apparently. I'm really interested in, like, double Dark Iron Skulker. I think we just had this turn, didn't we? We, like, just had this turn? No healing one time? Well, at least that's helpful. Already getting a little low. This is the course of action I'm going to take. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this.
This guy's tough.
This. I don't think I can say the Shadow Step for the Farseer. Maybe there's other Battlecry minions that we could work in there. Like, yeah, I'm really just starting to think, like, what makes the Warrior deck I have... Yeah, what's making that Cthulhu Warrior work really well is that it just has a ton of draw in it, too. Okay.
What lurks in the
Add Reno and Yogg. It's so unclear if anyone is on my side here. I think we literally die right now.
So many options.
I think we have to do this. For sure.
behind you. Behind you. Eyes are open.
I think this is just what we can do.
That's incredible.
Play the Drake, maybe it'll turn into Reno. Oh, you monster. Yeah, I think it was probably dumb to Shadow Step. I should have just left it there for now. But I saw this play.
That's incredible.
And then we lose anyways. Yeah, that was a bad play. I'm gonna play one more game. That didn't feel good. Hey, Banned for Life. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like pretty strongly that I need to do something that ramps up a little more, like in a normal curve sort of way. I think that's right. I think I want the Disciple for sure. I mean, we could also just, like... Yeah, I don't like this guy. I just don't like this guy very much. Maybe I should just not read into that too much and just say, like, no, yeah, we lost a game. Let's not change the whole deck. I really feel like we do need Ragnaros in here. I think that's gonna be sick. What is this take a bath thing? What is this? I endorse baths. The band. Baths is a really good group. We should play some baths,
You
man.
asked for it. Watch your back.
I think we should cut the preparations. Remove the Cthulhu and add a Fen Creeper. That's a good point I took a minute. We can always add the Fen Creeper for consistency.
Hello.
Done.
You saw Covert Muffin speedrun? Well, so, in truth, I watched the first 17 minutes of the speedrun with audio, and then got a phone call, and kept watching it, and then unmuted. So maybe I, like, missed the middle portion, where he explained the baths thing. I'm like ashamed to say this. But as evidence of the fact that I did watch it, I can talk a little bit about the fact that the Force jumping ability is overpowered, and he jumps when he is decelerating to, you know, do the path thing, and I watched the Sandworm segment. Glitching worms all day! Ear. Yeah, I'm really doubting the preparations.
This guy's
Here we
tough.
go.
I'm so ashamed. Going off and speedrun at Awesome games done quick. He previously played a character in Smite with water powers, and when he got excited, he shouted at people to take a bath. That's so good.
Someday I'll be just like you.
This guy just cannot get enough of that. Yeah, I really don't think preparation's going to help us. Maybe the Fan of Knives is not actually helping us much either. Feels weird to say.
Here we go.
Hey, lights out.
Oh my god, so sick. Since our game's done quick, people went nuts over Take a Bath, and they're still saying it. Sick. Actually, I think it was Mercablo, and Here's the Storm that he was playing. Water-themed Diablo.
Here we go.
Hey, lights out.
I think that's better than trading or just running out Zeril, because I can Zeril Eviscerate next turn. Let me think. So what draws us cards? We have 2 Drakes, we have the Fans of Knives, we have Thalnoth, we have a Sprint.
I wonder.
Maybe we're actually okay. Maybe I actually don't need to change too much. -2 Fan of Knives, +1 Ragnaros, +1 Dark Iron Skulker. Well, the thing is, it's also letting me draw a card. Maybe cut the 2 preparations and put in those 2. There's another possibility right there.
So many wonderful poisons.
Hey, lights out.
I'm not even going to attack. I'm so embarrassed I didn't attack. I whiffed when I slid and just re-equipped the weapon like a derp. Going to be all BAM! Because I love doing things quickly, but I actually fell asleep before the shell accident. I have been recently asleep.
Let's make magic.
God, he has good aim. Oh! Sick! Damn. Watch this sick play that Day 9 did the other day. BAM! Sick. Fuck. Sick. Oh my god. Yeah, Joe Monk says so far the best part I've seen was a guy playing Bioshock where someone snuck in and upgraded to Windows 10 screen that replaced a cutscene. Wait, that was a snuck it in? No, like, it actually started to update, like, in the middle of that. He's Cabal thing me. I gotta be really careful about my health getting low. If we got a Finley... I did feel good to run that preparation out with that, but I still don't think there's actually going to be that much use for it. Change the cutscene to troll people. God, that was so funny. Dude, yeah, I'm not a fan of that Windows 10 being like, hey! Remember me? Oh, Battle Cry is not the same as Combo. Do I even want this guy? Do I even want Bran? This is actually okay.
Serve the
Well, he hasn't killed us yet, so that's good.
I obey.
past the Pirate's Cove.
My dream ends. Your nightmare begins.
Don't know if it's good. Here we go. Let's go. All right, let's go.
You want it? I got it.
All right, there it is. All right.
You win this.
All right, so maybe we're actually okay. Let me. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure these preparations are that important to my life. I'm really not so sure. I'm not even sure the sprint is that important in my life. I like sprint as a card. Sprint makes me a fundamentally happier guy. Let's see here. Let me just take a fuck, I really like sprint. See, I felt like I barely won that game. Maybe this is okay. This combos with not a huge amount of things. So I can actually probably run out Bran a little more eagerly. But, you know, we could conceivably do something like, let's see, if I cut the preparations... If we cut the preparations, we could do something like put more high-end stuff in, like a Thorison, like a Ragnaros. Should I have one preparation? That just feels odd. There's also something I can do, which is to cut this Earthen Ring Farseer. And put in a refreshment vendor. I don't know. I'm still not going to change anything just yet. I'm going to play one more game after the break. Why no Auctioneer? I actually could just cut the sprint and put in a Gadgets and Auctioneer. But, I don't have terribly many spells. Maybe that's actually okay. I don't know. I'm going to do some stewing in the break. Until then, you can probably listen to some baths. We're on a break, maybe some baths.